When Leni Olumi Klum stepped in front of the camera, the world expected a fashion shoot. What they got was a revolution. A single photo shattered expectations, defied industry norms, and revealed a young woman daring to be seen, not as a daughter of a legend, but as her truest self. This wasn't just a modeling moment. It was a cultural reset. She also spoke honestly about the pressure of being born into fame. When your parent is a global icon, people assume you inherited your path. But I had to build this on my own terms. It took years for me to even believe that I deserved to be here, not as Heidi Klum's daughter, but as Leni. That battle for self-definition, she said, was the core reason she embraced the rawness of reflections of self. The exhibit's response was staggering. Beneath the Surface, as it was now branded, became a traveling showcase of authenticity and courage, featuring not just models but creators from across industries who used their work to confront identity, vulnerability, and truth. Each city stop included panel discussions, poetry readings, and even live portrait sessions with attendees willing to share their stories of self-acceptance. Leni's photo, the now iconic cliffside shot, was the exhibit's centerpiece. Crowds gathered around it not just to admire the art, but to feel the message. It's not just about fashion, one visitor in Milan said. It's about freedom. She's not hiding. She's not apologizing. She's showing us what it looks like to own your story, every imperfect, beautiful inch of it. This cultural ripple was felt beyond fashion. Influencers began posting unfiltered images with the hashtag #ShowItAll, citing Leni as their inspiration. Artists painted murals of her silhouette. A Parisian poet wrote, "She stood at the cliff not to be seen but to see herself." The movement, rooted in vulnerability, had become something deeply empowering. And while the critics didn't disappear, Leni never once lashed out. Her response remained consistent. Grace, confidence, and compassion. People are allowed to be uncomfortable with change, she said during a fashion panel in New York. But I think growth starts there, where discomfort meets honesty. By year's end, Leni had landed fictional campaigns with ethical fashion houses, delivered a TED-style talk on reclaiming beauty, and been offered the cover of nearly every global fashion magazine. Still, she kept her focus tight. "I didn't do this to trend. I did this to heal," she reminded an interviewer during a Vogue behind-the-scenes clip. "If it helps someone else find a bit of that healing too, then it's all worth it." The defining moment of the campaign came in Berlin during the closing ceremony of the art exhibit tour. Leni stepped onto the stage in a simple black dress, holding a worn journal. She didn't have a script, just a message. "I thought showing it all meant bearing skin," she said. "But really it means bearing soul. It means showing the fear, the doubt, the strength that lives beneath the surface. I'm proud of these photos not because of how I looked, but because of what they said, that it's okay to just be. And that's something I want every person, especially every young woman, to believe." A standing ovation followed. Not for glamour, not for fame, but for truth. That night, Leni didn't just close a campaign, she opened a door. For herself. For others. For the entire concept of what beauty and bravery can look like in a world obsessed with perfection. In the months that followed, universities taught the exhibit in visual culture classes. Magazines continued dissecting the impact. But Leni? She took a break from the spotlight. In her final fictional post of the year, she shared a quiet black and white image, just her smiling softly with wind in her hair, and the caption read, "Not perfect, not finished, but finally me."